Hello, and welcome to VSU Today. I'm your host, Daphne Maxwell-Reed. On today's show, we pay homage to Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Dr. King not only provides inspiration to young people at Virginia State University, but to our very own president as he visits Richmond City Jail.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
I have some very sad news for all of you, and that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis.
There's a new day at Virginia State University.
It means that we're going to have to work hard.
We're creating leaders here.
We're going to have to burn the midnight oil sometime.
But more than that, we're creating responsible citizens.
We're going to have to take advantage of new opportunities.
Our students will be lifelong learners.
We must set out to do our life's work so well that nobody could do it better.
Our students will contribute to their communities.
We must set out to do a good job and to do that job so well that the living, the dead, or the unborn couldn't do it better.
That's what this new day is all about.
I've said so often, if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, go on out and sweep streets like Michelangelo carved marble. Sweep streets like Raphael painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music and like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the host of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. This is it. You can't be a pine on the top of the hill. Be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub on the side of the rill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
We are most honored here at Richmond City Jail today to have in our presence from Virginia State University, President Keith Miller. Thanks for coming down.
We're
proud of
delighted. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You all, and all
Glad
the work
to be
that
here.
you do here. This is the first time in my tenure as sheriff here in the city of Richmond, and I've been here for 5 years, going to my second term, that a college president has entered this building. And this is what they call the catwalk. They're allowed to come out of here, but they can't come outside of here. But this jail was built to, it's linear, and that's why it's so hard to, for safety purposes.
Dr. Miller is the first president of any university that ever came into the Richmond City Sheriff's Office, so it was a privilege and an honor to have him there with us, to actually see him walk through the jail, to engage with the residents. It just was awesome.
These are the ones they have committed real
Felonies.
hardcore crimes.
Okay.
They're fed up here, they're not allowed out of here. That's why we call it high custody. He wanted to see how he could help and how his staff was already helping, but he wanted to be a part of the transition of giving everyone in here hope. And now high custody, we have about 450.
There you go.
Okay, right, fellas. We have the president of Virginia State University that's here today. They are working with us here, educational-wise and otherwise. We have a great partnership with them. This is Dr. Miller, the president of Virginia State University.
Hey, y'all.
I was contacted by him. I did not reach out to him. He reached out to me here at Richmond City Jail.
We really have to work together, help these young men and women get their lives together. And I think serving our community, I think it's the best thing we could do.
And it didn't take a lot of coaxing to get him here. I basically asked him to come, and without reluctance, he was there, prepared to meet Sheriff Woody, prepared to not only tour like a politician, but to engage with the residents. And I think that that's really powerful, and I admire him and respect him greatly for that.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Really appreciate it.
For the president of Virginia State University to come down here to the jail and visit me as a resident, it shows me that I'm not just a number, that somebody didn't just bring me in here, put me behind the gate and close it and classify me as a criminal to society, a misfit, or what have you. You know, it's showing me that there are prominent people out there that actually have hope and have faith in me that I can be something different.
We need you. And it could easily have been one of us who happens to be on the outside being on the inside.
He had a tour of the entire jail and he spoke with them, and it's amazing for him to take that time out of his career to come in here and speak with our residents.
We're here for you as well, and we support you, and we'll support you in any way we can.
To have the president of Virginia State University to visit us here means a lot to me, because it showed that somebody else interested in our change besides just ourselves.
So if I care about myself enough to do something different, then maybe somebody else will care enough about me to help me do something different. Thanks for allowing me.
Thank you, James. God bless you.
We had our one-on-one conversation. He instilled the importance of giving back.
You know, I can only say that he's a humanitarian, because it wasn't like he came, you know, the hoopla wasn't around him. Really, when he came just to come, and he engaged, he asked questions, he talked to the residents without being coaxed or whatever, and he just felt natural. So I think that is really a reflection, in my opinion, I think that it's a reflection of his character, and probably a part of his personality that lets me know that he still bonds and he still understands and connects with the struggle.
Keep moving forward. We all have to do this together, because I know life is a struggle for everybody.
Education is very important. If you educate the mind, it can change your life. And education is something that no one can take from you.
There's not one of us in this room right now that's any better than another person. You know, me or anybody else. You know, and we all certainly recognize that at Virginia State.
These people in here are somebody. Don't give up. There's a life after being in here. We all have made mistakes. These are the things that Dr. Miller was talking about. Just because you make a mistake or a bad decision, you still can educate yourself, make good use of your time, and when you come back out or go back out into the world, continue your education, and you can attain your dreams.
As we all know, advancing your education can help build your career. At Virginia State University, our Doctor of Education degree in Educational Administration and Supervision is preparing competent, caring, and effective school division leaders.
With a long history of preparing students for careers in education, Virginia State University has added countless teachers and administrators to the workforce. Now the graduates of its newest program are answering to a new title, Doctor.
You're able to do the statistical analysis.
In addition to its undergraduate programs, the university has for many years offered master's degrees in various education specialties. With faculty and students eager to reach the next level, a new offering was added to the mix. A Doctor of Education degree in Educational Administration and Supervision, Dr. Dolores Green, Associate Dean for Professional Education Programs, explains.
The goals of the doctoral program here at Virginia State University are to prepare district-wide leaders who realize the fact that in education, our most important function is to impact positively student learning.
For graduates who will be leading not just a classroom or a school, but an entire district, that means intense coursework in everything from leadership and curriculum development to facilities and finances.
All of them are taught in classes and in workshops, in projects, and then it ends with an internship.
Because this program is so rigorous and limited to size to about 10 students, administrators are choosy with admissions. Applicants must present writing samples and undergo a series of interviews. And they must have at least 3 years of leadership experience under their belts.
3 years of leadership experience gives us an opportunity to see your resume, to see how you work, to talk to people about you. Then they have to pass assessments. The graduate records examination has to be passed, and they have to have references.
Dr. Green says she's very proud of the success of the program and cites its very first graduate as a particularly pleasing success story.
We want what's best for you as well as what's best for our children.
Dr. Michelle Bell was the program's first graduate in 2006. She is now superintendent of Franklin City Schools, a position she says she would not hold without the doctoral program.
You know, the coursework that we went through, yes, did in fact prepare us for the things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, but more so, it gave me determination. It kind of prepared you to be more determined to get through something, because it's okay to say that you're in a program, it's okay to say, oh, you're going to write a paper, but are you going to get through it?
Dr. Bell says that completing her doctorate was exciting in itself, and being the first to graduate from the program was icing on the cake.
That was exciting. Very surreal at the time, but you know, it's coming to pass now, because I didn't really feel it then. You know, it was just a matter of being done with the program, but now people always refer back to, you're the first, you're the first.
Dr. James Thornton serves as superintendent of Mecklenburg County Schools. He worked with Dr. Bell early in her career and has seen how the doctoral program prepared her for a big career leap.
I would say at Virginia State they prepared her very well. And I encouraged her to apply to be a superintendent because she was ready. And I think going through that program, you could see her confidence build, and she knew she was ready.
Dr. Thornton says it's not just the extra knowledge that gives doctoral graduates an edge. In his work, he has seen how the sheer will to complete such rigorous course load exemplifies a great job candidate.
And getting the doctorate is a strong commitment, and I look for people who are committed and will do the job and get the job done, and whatever it takes. And you need that type of determination as you're working on your doctorate and you're writing your dissertation. It's definitely a commitment. You're raising your family, you're doing your job, and you have that very strong commitment. So I think it prepares you in any role that you take.
Dr. Thornton says he saw that same determination in another graduate of the program, Dr. Kim Evans. She now serves as his assistant superintendent.
I look for someone who's been well prepared through their education and through their experiences that can do that role. And she definitely is prepared and has done a great job.
Dr. Evans says that the program was challenging in all the best ways, teaching her a lot about her profession and herself.
I learned that I was a lot smarter than I thought I was, that I had more resilience and fortitude than I thought I did. When it was time to complete the dissertation, it was really a battle against myself. And I had to dig down deep, as any doctoral candidate would tell you, to complete the dissertation.
Dr. Green is proud of the success that Dr. Evans and Dr. Bell have enjoyed, and is pleased that the program has earned national accreditation.
That validates excellence. And I am very, very proud of the fact that the faculty wants to validate excellence in all that it does. Very, very proud.
So again, we welcome you.
Reporting for VSU Today, I'm Ashlyn Mason.
When people find out that I'm the president of Virginia State University, they often ask, what's so great about VSU? Well, I remind them that we've been building a better world since 1882. That's why I became president, to continue this legacy of preparing future leaders, to be competitive in a challenging and ever-changing global society. That's who we are, that's how we've always been. Committed. Yes, absolutely committed to building a better world.
Welcome back. Our next story takes us inside Legacy Media Institute, where Tim Reed helps mass communication students at Virginia State University understand the dynamics of filmmaking.
Some budding filmmakers at Virginia State University are learning their craft from veterans of the Hollywood TV and film scene. And they're doing it with the help of a man who is one of Petersburg's most famous faces.
You have to establish a master context.
After starring roles on WKRP in Cincinnati and Sister Sister, Tim Reed has a face that almost anyone with a TV would recognize. But he's also put in plenty of time behind the cameras as producer and director. And getting to know students and graduates from universities across the nation, Reed found something important was missing.
What they seem to lack in terms of the students graduating is that reality training. What is the world really like in the business of film and television making?
To fill that void, Reed has founded the Legacy Media Institute. In a 4-week summer program held at Reed's sprawling New Millennium Studios in Petersburg, he teaches students from Virginia State University's Mass Communications Department how to be an asset to productions in film and television.
This
is a very tough business, and getting a job in it is like, finding a needle in a haystack. And so in order to do that, you really better understand what the business requires of you before you get there. It's not an on-the-job training atmosphere anymore. There are too many people who want that job.
By inviting friends and colleagues from the industry to participate, Reed has some help with teaching the students. Miko Simmons, who has built a career doing animation and graphic work for film and theatrical productions, has found his mentoring experience rewarding.
It's been very enriching to me because, it reminds me of a lot about who I was at the beginning of my career, the hopefulness, the excitement about, the possibilities, the technology, and what you can accomplish with it.
Simmons says that as he's teaching the students their technical skills, he's also learning how to be a better teacher.
For me, it's really difficult because I am a director as well, to just sit back and allow them, the opportunity to fail and to succeed without necessarily, meddling, but also, softly kind of guiding them with, just my experience and how to do things, how to approach some of the problems that they will encounter, let them know what some of the problems are that will come up in the production process.
With a celebrity at the helm of all this, you may be wondering how the students feel about working with a man they grew up watching on television. Krista Brown admits to being a bit starstruck.
It's surreal. You sit down, you want to pinch yourself sometimes. He's just so knowledgeable. He's been doing this for such a long time, and it's just a great opportunity.
But the initial awe does give way to a productive learning environment. Trevon Facey says he's learned to take his brush with celebrity in stride.
At first it was like, oh my God, Tim Reed, but now I really don't even see him as the guy off TV. I see him as the man that I work for. So I have a lot of respect for him.
Not all students come from VSU. One student has come all the way from Africa.
Everybody be quiet.
Joel Benson was already establishing himself as a filmmaker in his native Nigeria. He says that in addition to teaching him technical skills and industry savvy, the program has helped him with teamwork.
Where I come from, I'm an independent filmmaker. I pretty much do everything myself. So I'm not really used to working with people. And if I must work with people, I like giving orders, But here, you gotta learn how to interact, especially when we are all students. And even if you're the DP or the director, it don't mean, you just boss everyone around. So I've learned how to work with people better.
Action.
This summer, the team has been hard at work on a documentary about Virginia's own Maggie Walker, who was the first woman to charter a bank in the United States and the first African-American woman to serve as president of a bank. Reed says she's been a subject he's been eager to explore.
For two reasons. One is I admire the incredible accomplishments that this woman managed to achieve in her short lifespan here in Virginia. And because she was an entrepreneur, a black woman who did incredible things, I think it's important that young black females know more about her.
Roll camera.
I'm hoping that, that they'll be inspired through all of our experiences and continue to inspire each other and to spread the word of how valuable this is.
And
then you guys are doing voiceover.
Valuable experiences like this one are creating bright paths for future filmmakers and leaders today. I'm Ashlyn Mason, reporting for VSU Today.
We can build a better world.
At Virginia State University, we prepare students for rewarding careers as outstanding teachers,
outstanding engineers, outstanding computer scientists,
mathematicians,
chemists, journalists, outstanding business leaders,
outstanding agriculturalists,
psychologists,
sociologists,
historians.
We are putting more professionals back into our community.
We need extraordinary judges,
extraordinary public administrators,
extraordinary military leaders.
At Virginia State University, we offer superior programs at the baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degree levels.
That's what we do.
That's what I do.
At our Virginia State University. At my VSU.
We can build a better world.
Thanks for coming back. Promoting and encouraging artistic excellence is a part of Virginia State University's commitment to its students in the School of Liberal Arts and Education. Now, that ideal is clearly seen through the lens of filmmaker Mark Hernandez, who takes us inside the creative mind of student Yussef Ogbo-Ola.
My name is Yussef Ogbo-Ola. I'm a human being. I'm an open spiritual being that produces art that speaks truth to people. I'm inspired by everything. I'm inspired by what we all have. What we have is all we have, and all we have is what we have. So in essence, I live every day just to be inspired to create. I really don't know where I'm from. I know we're at the hospital and city of the hospital that I was born in. But as far as being from somewhere and coping with it, I don't know where to cope with. It's not just like a concept or conceptual thing that I'm seeing. It's the whole picture. It's the image, what they're wearing, what color they are, how they're standing, they're posing, everything. And so I construct all of that on set to make a masterpiece of artwork. Some people think my artwork is dark, but I mean, art is art. When I'm expressing something, whether it be dark, light, happy, or sad, it doesn't matter. It's art, it's my expression, it's my soul. My art is not limited to photography or limited to any type of photographic imagery. It's limited to the divine expression and characteristics that allow you to express freely and limitlessly. I'm really inspired and I'm really into the fact that there's a God and He created beings to create. I just keep my mind totally empty and allow Him to fill it up. I think The earth is the most beautiful creation ever created. We didn't design the earth, we don't own the earth, so the earth in itself is my inspiration. It's something that we all live in and we have to connect with in order to survive. I just want to use my whole body, my whole form, my whole being, my whole soul as a creative gesture. I felt like the biggest way to achieve success and just greatness is to be totally in control of your soul and your being, and have faith that something that created you will allow you to be as creative as possible. So.
In the spotlight, Dr. Andrew Kanu, Interim Dean for the School of Liberal Arts and Education at Virginia State University.
At Virginia State University, we teach students how to be critical thinkers, how to be problem solvers, and how to be effective in their communication skills. In the School of Liberal Arts and Education, we have the notion that we are an extension of the families of the students we bring into the school. We try as best as possible to make sure that each student is treated as an individual, and we will try also to bring outstanding faculty members who are competent, who are caring, and who can be able to create that learning environment for our students to succeed. We do not only provide an educational opportunity, but we also provide life skills for students so that when they come to Virginia State University, they get a program that is rigorous, a program that is challenging, a program that is embedded in the 21st century skills that the kids need to know, and a program that also exposes our students to the global society. It's because the world as we know it is changing, and we have to prepare students to take full advantages of the changes that are taking place. We have workshops that brings in students, work with students, explain to them the career opportunities of going into the teaching profession. Our faculty members go to various communities, especially some of those schools with some challenges, work with their teachers to use data to inform instruction.
Well, that does it for this edition of VSU Today, your source for news and information at Virginia State University. I'm your host, Daphne Maxwell Reed. For more information on Virginia State University, go to www.vsu.edu. See you next time.